'Tis Sunday yet again, and you are here with the Black Geeks live on YouTube. Night right here, your screen. We're here. I said last week we're here on your screen. Wait, where are my hands? Hands are inverted, so I have to do like this. This there. So we are on your screen. We are the Black Geeks, and we're here to bring you the latest in geekiness. We're going to talk about a lot of different things today. Really appreciate you guys hanging with us. So anybody who's actually logged into the YouTube link and they're checking us out. So sorry for the late start. As always, we've been messing around with some tech issues and trying to get this thing quite right for you guys. So sorry for the delay, but here we are. We're earlier than we were last week, but definitely later than the 10 o'clock start we used to do on Blog Talk. But we are here. Thank you. I am your host, Big Bob Rob. Thank you very much for having me into your humble home or mobile device, whatever it is that you have me on right now. But it's not just me, thank goodness, because I don't think I can do a whole show by myself. If you want to talk about just like really random stuff, I may be able to do it, and you'd probably turn me off after about 5 minutes. But fortunately for you, I do have some geeks on the line with me. I do have Darth Geekonius. What's going on, Geekonius? How you doing today? Where's Darth Geekonius? Where's Darth Geekonius? Darth Geekonius, I'm talking to you.
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Hey, Darth Geekonius, just checking in. Thanks for coming on the show. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just excited about doing the show. The delay here is kind of throwing me off a little bit. That's probably part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that there's a little bit of delay between us. I'm guessing. I like I said, we before the show we did a quick tech check, and I know that I'm good. I guess something on the Hangout servers. Maybe it's just a busy night with all the great football action going on in the nation. But yeah, I guess the interweb is just full. It's a holiday weekend. Maybe that's what the problem is. That we're just capping that bandwidth. We're just hitting really hard. Everybody's catching movies and whatnot.
Nah, it's the
Twitter. Maybe something
game.
happened on Twitter.
It's definitely the game.
Definitely the game. Yo, also we have on the line, we have King Phayce on the line. What's going on, Phayce? How you doing, man?
Sup? Once again, your friendly neighborhood customer support. I should get paid for this.
You should.
Yeah, I should get paid for this.
You absolutely
Helping
should.
us out.
Let's try this dumb shit again. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and put your line back on mute while you get Ghost all figured out. Oh man, I tell you, it's always fun. Just meeting up with these guys and hooking up. We probably have a couple more geeks joining us here shortly. So we're going to talk about a couple of different things tonight. One thing, if you are one of our followers on Facebook, which you should be, because I'm so excited that just in the last couple of days we've gotten up to 377 followers. So we're trying to get to 4 million. I mean, really ideal. Let me not shortchange myself and say, oh, I want to get to 500. No, I want 2 million. I'll satisfy for 2 million. I think 4 million that might be pushing it. But I'll go 2 million followers. But I think let's start off with the first 400. How about that? Let's just start off small, incremental steps here. So, if you follow us on Facebook, which you really should, we post lots of interesting stuff there. Kind of went back in the day this week and was talking about robots and talking about my affinity for robots, and this was stemmed from we had the Razzies were this week, and one of my favorite movies of the year, Transformers, got all the nominations for top Razzie, which in all honesty it truly deserved because it was bad. I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff in that movie. I enjoyed the movie, but I must admit, as my Black Geek brethren were so kindly to point out, that the movie had issues. But I got to thinking about where it all came from. And so one thing we're going to do on the show today is we're going to kind of look back and talk about like some of our geeky influences that coming up, growing up. There are so many different things that influenced us as a geeks. And for those who are watching us for the first time, geek comes in so many different shades and colors. I mean, you got your tech geeks and your gaming geeks and your car geeks and sports geeks and your electronic geeks and your computer geeks. So I mean, geeks run the gambit. So we're gonna kind of talk about where our geekness started and some of the geeky influences along the way. And we're going to talk about a couple of different things, but just hang in with us. We're going to cover a lot of different things today, and you should tell a friend. Hey, make sure you go to Facebook, like us on Facebook at the Black Geeks, and that way you can follow. You get announcements about shows and about the various news and topics that we want to talk about. So make sure you do that. And you can also do, while you're doing Facebook, you can also go ahead and like us on Twitter as well. And you can follow us and comment on Twitter at the Black Geeks. And what I'll do is later on I'll have all the brothers also talk about their Twitter handle. So if you want to follow your favorite geeks, you can do that as well. But if you're a longtime listener and viewer of the show, the first thing that we've got to do before we do anything is we gotta get a little Sith news in.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Can I do that? Can I do that?
No.
I can't do Duel of Fates.
Play
I can't do
the
the acapella Duel of Fates. I can't do
don't play
that.
the music, but don't do that.
Oh, all right, fine.
You
So,
literally
ladies and
like
gentlemen, I like.
yeah. Wow.
I was on key, damn it. I was on key. I was on key.
That's what. No,
I'm on key.
no. You're not on key. Not even close.
I am on key.
Not even
I'm
close.
I'm serious.
Yo.
I'm on key. I'm not flat and I'm not sharp. I'm on key. Whatever.
Dude.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Not
Ladies and
even
gentlemen,
close.
that guy right there, that's Darth Geekonius, and he's going to bring you the news of the week. Take it away, Darth Geekonius.
All right. Let's get right into it. So this week at the Detroit Auto Show, there was a lot that came out, but the real big highlight of it all for most people was that, what am I presenting? I'm not presenting. Who's
Oh,
presenting?
I thought you were going to present some. Well, see, people should be focused on you so that, like, if there's a sound, it doesn't just switch over to me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
so
confused.
let me do my control room thing.
Okay.
Do your thing. Go ahead, present the news.
I will stay out of your producing thing. All right. So this week at the
Thank you.
Detroit Auto Show, Ford announced that they're going to be doing a new Ford GT. And not only was the Ford GT announced, and it looks really awesome that they're bringing it back. We've always wondered what Ford was going to do. They also simultaneously announced that it's going to be in Forza Motorsport 6 for the Xbox, of course. And they showed a nice little trailer and promo for it. So if you're into cars and you're into car games, you got a new hot car from Ford, and you already know that we're going to have a new game from Microsoft. Also, this week it was announced, for those of you who are good, big fans of Michael Jai White, he got a new movie on Netflix called Falcon Rising. It already has 4 stars, so check out Michael Jai White, support black film on Netflix. Also, for those who are, kind of into music, this week would have been the 36th birthday of Aaliyah. And Frank Ocean did an actual nice tribute of At Your Best, You Are Love. So check that out. It's out there for free. Slate reported, but it's probably on SoundCloud and stuff. Just thought I'd put that out. It's really good cover. And Fox News, Fox had a lot of news this week. They renewed Empire, even though it hasn't even been out that long. They renewed Gotham, Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the next season as well. So, get ready for some new shows. Also in Fox News, not Fox News, but Fox News. Yeah, whatever. Fox confirmed that they are thinking about bringing back the X-Files and possibly Prison Break. So looks like we're definitely going to be seeing some new old shows from Fox. And they also look like they're going to order the pilot for Minority Report. So it's going to be a Minority Report TV show. In superhero news, this should be pretty obvious. It was announced that X-Men Apocalypse will not have either Patrick Stewart or Ian McKellen reprising their roles as Professor X and Magneto, respectively. But that should shock no one, as the last movie was mainly a bridge the gap and retcon, if you will, and now they're going to move on with the new people. It also looks like some early Rush Hour TV show details have been revealed. So it looks like the Rush Hour franchise is going to be going to CBS, and they're going to be doing a younger and different fish out of water type script. Obviously, it's not going to be Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, unfortunately. So, oh well, there we go. So those of you hoping for a new Rush Hour movie, it looks like they're going straight to TV with it. Also this week, the U.S. Sitcom Twitter account was hacked by a supposedly pro-ISIS group, so it's pretty embarrassing for U.S. Sitcom to have their Twitter account hacked. And Harmonix, if you're really into the Rock Band franchise, after 2 years, they're still releasing new downloadable content songs. So, we're looking at, I think like 3,500 tracks now that you can have on Rock Band. So it's still going strong, even though there's no news or announcements about making a new Rock Band series. And last but not least, it looks like G.I. Joe 3 is still happening. Looks like they're still doing script things and whatnot. So we might still have a new G.I. Joe movie, so stand by for that. Of course, this week, Arrow and the Flash returns. Woohoo! So we're getting back into
Yay!
WB and Superhero Tuesday. And that's all I got right now, Baba Rob. Take it away.
Thank you, Darth Geekonius. Appreciate that. It was very interesting. When I was looking, is it me? I've been watching a little bit more television than normal of late. Is it me? I keep seeing trailers for these movies that are like coming out of nowhere. I didn't. I kind of knew they were going to do a GI Joe 3, but I didn't. I kind of didn't think it would be so soon. I thought maybe it'd be next year. But there was. Have you seen Conius? Have you seen the commercial for? I think it's called Jupiter Ascending. Have you seen that commercial?
I have, and see, here's the thing.
Y'all do your thing, man. Let me.
What? What?
Yeah. See, there's face.
No,
It,
I was
it's
going to
fake.
say I saw it. I saw
Uh,
Jupiter Ascending.
well, you go ahead and talk about it. I'm not, I
I'm
don't know.
not. I'm not a fan. Well, you know what? Because I don't hate Channing Tatum like y'all do. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
hate. I don't hate
Man, everybody hates Channing Tatum for
I
some
don't.
strange
I don't
reason.
hate Channing Tatum. I just don't like him all that much. That's all.
I don't have
Not
a
like
problem
him,
with him
hate, pretty much
personally.
the same thing. So we are hating on Channing Tatum. How about that? But
Some of us are hating.
yeah, so he's in the movie. It's that joint. The trailer actually came out last year. So, and I don't mean like last year, December 2014. I mean like several months within to the year. Like it was pretty much like during the summer where they showed that this movie is going to be coming out soon. Along with some of the other movies that, if we're going to mention them, we can go into it. But
Like
I
Seventh Son.
that movie bothers me. I hate that movie right out the gate. Now I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Now you know we're all readers, or at least me and Geekonius in my
Yeah,
in Potbelly and Ghost to a point. We're all
misspelling.
readers.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
we're all readers. So whenever they do something based on a book, which most movies that come out is based on some type of book, we get funny about. The thing that they're doing with Seventh Son is it's not really. You have to put it out your mind that it's going to be based on a series, which is a good series. It's loosely based on a series, which means they just took the concept and the names of the people. They took the names of the people within that book and made a movie out of it. But it looks like it might be stupid. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like, based on the World War Z thing, where it wasn't necessarily a bad movie. That wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't World War Z. So you're like,
Not even close.
if you read the book, you're like, that's not even close to what this book is. What book? But it wasn't bad. I don't know if this is what Seventh Son is going to be, but if anyone read the Wardstone Chronicles, that's actually a fun read. It is a very fun read, and I think they're going to just screw that all up. Kind of like, yeah, it's going to probably be one of the worst failures, I think, based on what they're doing, because they're all over the place with it. So we'll have to see, you know. But some of the movies coming out, I mean, me for one, I don't mind new content. I don't mind them taking a chance because I get tired of seeing retreads. I know we're in a different place technologically, so it's like, all right, well, we're in a new place. Let's redo all the old stuff, and it never really worked. It hasn't worked out yet. I don't know what remake actually worked out, unless y'all want to go there with me. What remake actually worked out? They did Clash of the Titans, which was a classic, and that didn't work out.
Nah, that was kind of
They
like
remade
a waste.
Evil Dead, and while it had its moments, and granted, Evil Dead was never really one of the greatest movies of all time. It was more like a cult classic, but even still, it,
I think the remake to Evil Dead wasn't half bad though.
it wasn't half bad, but it was unnecessary. It wasn't like, oh, I'm glad they did that. You see what I'm saying? It was like, It's
Yeah,
good.
but
It
when
was
they cut
okay.
old girl mouth and was
Yeah,
like,
they cut over him. That
yeah,
was nasty. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't bad. But I'm just saying, like, with all these remakes, because there was a lot of great movies back in the day that when you look at them now, you're like, oh, I like that back then. But they were still good movies. And the remakes, it's almost like they redo the entire movie and try to put their own spin on it, and it's never really that good. So I'm cool with them just coming up with new stuff and see how it works. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't need to be redone, but you're gonna see more of it, more of the same.
Yeah, I thought what I thought was really interesting, and you're right about Jupiter Ascending. I know that has been out for a minute. I don't when I saw the content, it just kind of made me sit up and take notice because I mean it was visually stunning. It was a visually stunning commercial that they're running, and I can't wait to see what nuggets pop out during Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. But one thing I saw was like everything that I've seen, like almost all of the like surprise trailers for movies that I've seen have either been sci-fi or comedy. And so, and I must say, with Seven Son stood out, and obviously Jupiter Ascending stood out. And I saw the news about G.I. Joe. I'm like, wow, this could be a really great year for sci-fi moviegoers. I mean, it seems like it'd be really promising. And I heard what you said about Seven Son. The story might not be good, but just to think of how much sci-fi content is coming out I think is a really great thing for those of us who like the genre. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome.
to be perfectly honest, let's be honest. They could just do Marvel movies every month and we'll be good.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it seems like that's where we're going, really.
Well, because right now the best stuff, well, and I would like to hear people's opinions, because people hear, oh, that's a comic book movie, and so or a comic book show, and some people are like, people who aren't into that thing, they automatically don't like it until you put them onto it. Like I had a friend of mine, I put him on to Gotham, and he was like, oh, Gotham, and that's the Batman thing. I don't do Batman. I said, dude, just watch the show. And now that he sees the show, he's like, oh, this is just fun. And I was like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially some of these shows now, it's not so corny. It's really deep. And I think with a lot of these shows that they're doing, as fan people, I'm loving Gotham and Arrow and Flash and all that, but they're fun to watch. Even if you're not even into comics, you enjoy the storylines and you enjoy the stories and the character depth, and they're pulling it off. They're making it work. Especially like right now, and I like Agent Carter, but right now DC has got a good hold on regular TV right now. The movies not so much, other than the Batman trilogy, but TV wise,
the animation though.
the animation. Look, I just watched that Throne of Atlantis. Mm,
How you do that?
pure joy. That's awesome. Just saying.
Yeah, but
They need to keep on.
it hasn't come out yet.
It, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
well, I mean, obviously, one thing that we need to do is I know that I've started the process. I really want to try to get a good handle on all that's coming out this week. I know typically we usually do internally, we do a calendar and we try to keep track of everything. I know that I think I mentioned it that my first movie is gonna be Kingsman. I think that's gonna be an absolutely great movie. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I think that's on February 13th or something like that, or 15th, somewhere around the middle of February, second week, I think, in February. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that's one thing we'll definitely be looking at, just kind of figure out everything that's coming out. I know that a lot of times we get our movie madness in right there near like the April, May, June time frame, 4th of July weekend, and usually we ride that joke out till maybe early September. No, late August. I think August typically is where our viewing month is. But we'll be taking a little bit closer look at the schedule, and we'll be getting back with you guys, and we'll be talking about movies along the way. Make sure that you tune in. The movies that we do target, a lot of times we get together. For those of you who are new to the Black Geeks, just checking us out for the first time, first of all, thank you. And doggone it, you're smart. and good looking. So good job. Thanks, tuning into Black Geeks.
Are you really
smart,
like
good-looking.
buttering up the viewers?
Dude. Look, I'm trying to get to 2 million. If I got to butter up a couple of viewers to get to 2
You can
million.
always do the whole sweepstakes where you're gonna bring everybody to watch 50 Shades of Grey. Since you've been trying to get us to watch it this whole time.
No.
No.
Negative.
No, I don't think so. No thanks. That's now
Crappy books, crappy movie.
I wouldn't know about the book, and I saw the trailer for it, and I don't think that's definitely not my genre, so I won't be going.
You never know, man. You gotta
Rob, you got one genre, robots. Come on, that's
Robots! Yeah, robots! Yeah!
That's like you got one genre. Robots! That's my genre. Robots.
That's my genre. That's my genre right there, yo. Pack Rim 2. Bring it on, Pack Rim 2. Can't wait for it. Oh my goodness. So let's see. So yeah, it definitely. If you want to take a look back, I mentioned that our Facebook. Speaking of robots, and I went back on our Facebook page. Did I mention the Facebook page is the Black Geeks? If I didn't,
everything is the Black Geeks. The Black Geeks on Twitter, the Black Geeks on Facebook, the Black Geeks, everything. So
even the t-shirts, Darth Geekonius.
Even the t-shirts are the Black Geeks. I mean.
You're right here. You mean like these t-shirts right here? It said the Black Geeks. Oh, see there, set your phasers to soul. And you can order those. Go on.
I have my Black Geek t-shirt, people. I just didn't want to wear it again because I didn't want y'all to think I was dirty because I wore it last week. So
does that make
I haven't done my laundry. I haven't.
Does that make me dirty? Because I wore mine last week.
Ew. You know how like you know what it's like. You know what it's like. It's like
we don't have smell-o-vision yet.
Girl,
we don't have smell-o-vision.
Maybe that's why that black doesn't look so black. Maybe it's so faded.
You know how when you first meet a girl. You know how when y'all first meet a girl and you wearing a shirt, then you see her again like a month later and you wearing the same shirt, and how that's not a good look. That's what that feels like.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I do.
Oh, okay.
That's why I wore a different shirt.
Well, let me be straight up and honest with the people. I'm wearing this shirt and I'm probably wearing it every single show. So
wow.
every single show.
Wow.
See, but I go to the gym during the week, so I wash my shirt when I wash my gym clothes. So I have a nice fresh shirt.
Are they fresh if you do it with the gym clothes too? I mean,
absolutely. Oh, come on now. Now see, look. You cannot go to the gym in funky clothes. Now you may come out of the gym in funky clothes, and you know that synthetic, that polyester stuff. If you wear polyester shorts in the gym, just please understand it's gonna stink. Okay, and if you think that you don't stink, if you're wearing that now, cotton,
so
you get away with.
That's if you're
wearing that synthetic stuff, huh?
But polyester does get hot when it like rub together.
It gets hot. It gets hot. The sweat gets funky. No, man. No.
We doing gym apparel? For real?
No.
We did that before. We did that.
We did football analysis last week.
We got Bison on the YouTube chat. He's like, yo, he got his shirt last week, and we need to.
He got his
shirts. He's like, he's basically saying, I'm not even on the show, and I got my joint on. He calling us some lazy bums.
You know what? All right then, fine. I'll go get my shirt.
Is he?
He's actually gonna get up and go get his shirt.
Did he really do that?
He's gonna get him and get his shirt.
He left. Now we just go watch a spinning chair. Look.
I should hide his camera because there's no telling because he may come back and show the royal belly knowing him. So that's
I know
dangerous.
One thing, he better come back with the shirt on.
Very dangerous.
What is it?
You would definitely
no
with him. Oh man, I wish I had like.
He's taking it up. No.
Let's see. Hold on. People. We got to wait. Oh wait. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's switch to the broadcast.
Please
let's present to everyone.
This
there you go. Let's just show it. Let's just go. So stop presenting. No! button. Oh my God.
Did he do that?
Content button.
There we go.
Oh,
Black Geeks.
yeah.
Did he do that? Did he just do that?
Happy now. You happy now?
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Magic
That's the
Mike.
money
Did he
shot.
just magic
Magic Mike.
Mike on the air? Yo, I'm tweeting that right now. Oh, this dude. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That one is for free.
That,
Oh,
Next one
wow.
is gonna cost you.
right. Yeah. Oh. We're so getting kicked off of YouTube now.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
Listen,
god. Yeah, I
just bumped
definitely
up our
need to go
viewership
back and
like
put the age
100%.
restriction on this.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. We're up from 4 to 9. All right.
All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was probably our last episode. Thank you for being with us this last year or two. It was a great ride.
Appreciate y'all.
We really appreciate it.
Look, it ain't nothing worse than
Oh
what
my
Rob be
God.
doing when we wasn't on
That-
air.
That is true. That is true.
Hey, look. I have not. Hey, look. You'll notice. Whenever I've come to the new show, I've been bringing my little personal fan. My little personal fan is mounted right over there. I'm good. I'm good. You've seen nothing unusual happen while I've been doing the YouTube show. So don't even. Okay, hasn't happened. All good.
All right, let's get.
I gotta fix my tweet now because I spelled Magic Mike wrong. Wow.
There you go.
That's what happens when you type really fast. You spell it like microphone for whatever reason, and that's kind of embarrassing. So I had to redo my tweet. Has it ever happened to you where you like do the wrong tweet? You type it and it's just kind of crazy.
I hate that. Yeah, I'm always a victim of a bad spelling on a tweet or something. I don't know. I'm always
Because you want to get
I'm
it out
always
there so bad, and sometimes you got to be aware that the comedy just ain't gonna be quite right unless you do.
Oh! I got something I want to share. And I'm gonna switch to color, just so that
You're
I can
switching the
do this.
color to share this? Oh shoot!
Yes, this is that important. It's that important. Okay, yo, so okay, so I had to go to the post office. Now, for those of you all who don't know what a post office is, there is this building where if you need to send stuff to people, there's this place called a post office where you can mail stuff. I know some people on your email and you order online, you don't know mails. But so I was at the post office and I had to cop these. So check this out right here. Batman stamps, collector stamps, and you see I actually sent one to someone right there. But so you too can go to your local post office and get your Batman stamp. And these are really cool because even the emblems right here, even the Batman logos are actual stamps, and these are forever stamps. So you can get like 2 books of these. Now, this is the moment where United States Postal Service should be sponsoring this, but they're not. I'm doing this one for free to let them know that you could be down, that we could do this for you guys.
I wonder what you got to go
This.
through to get your own stamps.
But the
These are
problem with
so
getting
cool.
those stamps, you use them. I know I wouldn't use them.
But thing is, that's the beauty of it. You don't necessarily have to use them. I mean, I'm just like geeked the fact that I own them. And look, it's got like a whole little Batman history on the back of it and everything. It is so doggone cool. But I had to own them, and and I hated to use the one, but let's just say I had to send something in before I had to go to jail. So anyway, that's a long story.
Make that money, post office. Make that money. Don't let the money make you.
Exactly. But anyway, so go to your local post office, get your collector's edition Batman stamps. I'm actually so geeked about these, I may go get another sheet. I love these so much, and they're forever stamps. So like, I only send stuff in the mail like 3 times a year, I guess. But I saw these, I'm like, I have to own them.
I think you did like a stamp faux pas though. I don't think you're supposed to.
What?
I don't really think you're supposed to use those type of stamps now.
No. You can. Well, you can collect. Like you're actually right. That if I wanted to go back, I may go back and get like a full sheet and not use the one, and so I'll have the one, and I'll have a full set. But in all honesty, dude, they're stamps. If I got them, I'm gonna use them, and they're forever stamps. So I mean, they're good forever. But I think that's a bargain, just one little sheet of Batman stamps, and you send a letter, you can put your own little geeky thing on it. I just love them. I mean, I've got some other ones. There were some really cool ones that came out last year. I think there were some Jimi Hendrix ones last year. I think I have a set of Jimi Hendrix around here somewhere, too. But anyway, that's pretty cool geeky stuff. All right, so let's go. Let me go to the topic for today.
Oh, we have a topic.
Yes, I have a topic. I do have a topic.
Okay, good. Let's have a topic.
Yeah, it was tough coming up with this one, but so as I was talking about on Facebook, I was mentioning this earlier, is that I went back and I put up on our Facebook page at the Black Geeks, some of like the robots from back in the day that were like the good robots, and I realized like when I think back, should I even bother to tell this story? Anyway, I remember there was an assignment once when I guess I was in junior high school or something, or high school. I don't remember which one it is. And they said, who is your role model? And Optimus Prime was my role model. And
Optimus Prime was your role model?
Optimus Prime was my role, not the new one, not this new Jack Optimus Prime, but the Optimus Prime back in the day. I mean, loyalty, courageous, and he stood up for all the other Autobots. He stood up for the humans of the world despite anything that happened. I mean, he was like a great role model, for a leader, and self-sacrificing and all that wonderful stuff. Anyway, he was a great role model back in the day. And so I started listing like other robots from back in the day. I listed like Big O. I listed Tranzor Z. Do y'all remember Tranzor Z? That was a trip.
I remember Tranzor Z. I didn't think he was gonna go there, but I do remember Tranzor Z.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
Well, Darth Geekonius, if you go to the Black Geeks website, I'm sorry, at the Facebook page.
Exactly.
Tranzor Z is on the Black Geeks Facebook page. It's right there because I put it there myself. Matter of fact, I put the intro is on there.
Yeah, I know. I saw a whole bunch of stuff about robots this week, and I kind of just was like, okay.
Yeah, I was doing my thing. Yeah, I was posting lots of stuff. Anyway, so I had to, and then I mentioned I went as far as mentioning like Gundam's 00, which technically the Gundams don't necessarily. Really, people like Tranzor Z and Gundam 00 don't necessarily count because they really aren't sentient. Obviously GoBots and Autobots, they all were. So anyway, the point in all this I was saying was, I wanted to go back and talk to you guys. Like, what were some of the geeky things that influenced you guys back in the day? Like, whether it was books or your television. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I read a lot of books. Like, were there like characters? Were there certain books? Were there certain television shows? Were there certain movies that influenced you and encouraged your geekness? I mean, obviously for Darth Geekonius, it was Star Wars, kind of obviously. But I mean, I'm sure there's some other ones along the way.
Actually, that's not true.
Really? Okay. See, that's it. And this is why we asked the question. So, Geekonius, what were some of your early geeky influences?
Truth be told, it took many years before I actually realized I was a geek. I can't even say that I was not that kid who was just like, a geek. I was into comics. I was even collecting the comic cards. Like I collected basketball cards and stuff like that, and I played a lot of video games. So I guess I was a geek in that way. But I didn't really get into the whole geek thing until well into my adulthood. I just did geeky stuff, I guess, or things that you can classify as geeky stuff today. Like, I was a big time artist, and I used to want to be a comic artist for Marvel and stuff like that. So I was really into the comic scene on that level. And the video games, like I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom first came out. Well, actually, it was just the X-Men fighting game, and then they came out with Marvel vs. Capcom. I played a lot of Street Fighter, stuff like that. I had like every gaming system, at least in my generation. My first gaming system, I believe, was the Commodore 64, I think it was. And, or maybe the Atari, I don't remember. But I had like the Sega 8-bit system, the Sega Genesis, and Nintendo. I had all the systems except PlayStation. I got the first PlayStation, and then I've been done with Sony ever since. But other than that, it wasn't until modern times that I really started embracing the geek level, I kind of like took a step back and looked at my life and was like, dude, you're a geek. You know, kind of like Revenge of the Nerds or something. When some people find out I was a nerd, they're like, yo, I'm a nerd. You know, it's just like it took me a minute to realize, you know, I was a nerd. And that's it. So like when you say Star Wars, I didn't really even embrace Star Wars. I couldn't get it when I was younger. I just did not understand it. It took me a long time to get into Star Wars. Same thing with Star Trek. I actually didn't really get into Star Trek until my late teens, and somebody was just like, "Yo, it's the Navy in the future," and I was like, "Oh, I get it now," and that's what it was for me. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that some people, and we've talked to a lot of geeks along our geeky travels of late, and I think that you're right. Some people came into the geekness pretty late. I'll be honest. I knew. I don't know. I kind of knew, but never really acknowledged it until much later. I was like you, Darth Geekonius. I had a Commodore 128. The school had 64s. And I worked on. I think I had I didn't have a 16. I think one of my cousins had a Commodore 16, but I had a 128 because I was advanced. You know, I had cartridges you had to plug in and make it work, and I did all kinds of stuff, taking stuff apart and putting stuff back together. And I was a Lego geek. It was funny. I didn't even actually get into like Legos until much later on, when I was like my preteens and teens, and just really got into Legos and Technics and all that kind of stuff. But building has always been my thing. So I can understand that you're just not really acknowledging or knowing it or how to put a label on it until you really just understand it better. What about you, King Phayce? You know, what were some of your geeky influences coming up?
Well, for one, I actually had a Commodore 64. So
Alrighty.
just to throw that out there.
See?
But it's crazy. I was like, I'm probably like everyone from the standpoint that I didn't really call myself a geek or nerd or anything like that, but I was into all kind of things. But a lot of my friends originally was into the same stuff. So we all were into wrestling. You know what I mean? I didn't know a boy my age that wasn't into wrestling at some point. You know what is making it so crazy? Just the other day, my son was asking me who my favorite wrestler was. My son is 10. And I did a huge mistake. I'm talking to him like I'm talking to one of y'all. So I told him who my favorite wrestler was and why.
He looked like you crazy.
I told him who my favorite wrestlers were and how I don't really care for too much wrestling these days. I was like, plus once I figured out it was fake, I just stopped looking at it. My son gave me this wide eyes like, it's fake? And I was like, oh, man. I was like, oh, because I wanted him to, because, when I found out it was fake.
Did you go all the way from there on? The Santa Claus, Easter Bunny?
No, I tried to cover my tracks. I was like, well, it isn't fake. I mean, some of the punches are fake, but, when they get clothesline, that's real. He's like, I was getting ready to say, because the clotheslines look real. I was like, I let him live that life until he figures it out himself, because I didn't want to be the one to be like, man, that stuff is fake, because he was enjoying it like I enjoyed it. Like when I was young, I mean, we had the point where, right now they've stepped up the technology. So if you want to watch pay-per-view, you got to actually order it. Otherwise, it's going to get the black screen. But when we were young, pay-per-view was on that channel 199 with the squiggly lines, so you can actually kind of watch it. Yeah, you can actually kind of watch it. And with mine, I had a TV where it was just a line. Yeah, it was lying down the middle, and I used to just be like, all right, so if you just watch it like this, you can see the whole thing, but you got to be right on top of the TV. But if nothing else, you can at least hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's where we was at with me. And we used to, we was into wrestling. That was my
that ghetto pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was my thing, and that was one of my things actually. But up until that point, and I read comics, and I always used to do. Look, I told y'all, I mentioned that on the show before. I was into any movie that resembled a comic. At the time, mostly all that was out really was Superman and Batman, which is stupid, but that's what it was. And I was that dude that I had my Serpentor G.I. Joe. Remember Serpentor? I had my Serpentor G.I. Joe.
Come on now.
Yeah, and I used to take my Serpentor G.I. Joe and put it on the screen and do the acting along with Superman. So whenever he fly, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. and act like I'm doing a whole show. That was my thing. You know what I mean? Comics and wrestling. If you was in one of those, you had my attention, like, for real. You know what I mean? And it didn't really get. I didn't really think that I was that hardcore in the comics until, like, I was in the Marine Corps, and I got into a heavyweight conversation
You admitted
with
that?
another dude that was in the comics. What? Admitted what? I was in the Marine Corps. What? That's cool. But I got into a conversation with another geek, but I didn't think of it at the time. We started arguing over who was stronger in the Marvel mythos, because we was talking about that when they had the Justice League Marvel crossover and they had those what if battles, and we was going heavy into it, and this girl walked by, she was like, really? That's what y'all talking about? And I looked at her like, what, ain't that what everybody talk about? And so it was like, oh, well, I'm part of a select club. I didn't know that. But I spent like 20 some odd years of my life thinking this was that status quo. So, I mean, I never really felt like an outsider, truth be told. So, yeah, you know, comics, any being in comics, wrestling, those was my favorites. Like, I set my whole week by Monday night prime time, Saturday morning wrestling, Saturday night wrestling, Monday night wrestling, which turned into Monday night Nitro and Monday night, Raw. Well, it wasn't Raw at first, but
don't forget Saturday night main event.
yeah, Saturday night main event. I set my whole clock to that. And we used to go in. We had our favorite wrestlers. When certain people got beat down, we actually was like, no, not you. No, he's killing them. No, we did all of that. So that was my main thing growing up, because I didn't stop getting into wrestling until like literally after college, and we were still watching it while I was in college.
But you got to remember, in the late '90s, though, that's when wrestling got really good.
That was,
you had the Monday Night Wars with WCW and
for me, it was right around Stone Cold. That was my last real jet into wrestling. Right after that, and then they started getting all raw and raunchy. Not that I mind naked wrestling. It just got corny to me.
Whoa,
it got corny, the whole thing.
Wait, are we talking about the WWE? Did naked wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, not
with the girls, not the guys. I'm talking about the females. Like the females started playing more, and they had lingerie matches and sex matches and the body paint. Who does? Yeah, it was crazy. I did watch that. I don't want to get into that, but they had a lot of different things with all the different girls. Like back then, it was Sable, and it was the girl that used to be with Goldust and Lita and all of them. China. And they used to do these crazy matches.
But it got worse.
China, she was still managed, but then Miss Jackie, they used to do all these things. But then it started getting corny to me.
But see, when China and them was around, they still hadn't gone fully there to the whole diva thing, because they were actually fighting dudes. Because like China actually was fighting guys, and
China was bigger than most of the dudes.
She was, and Miss Jackie also fought some guys too. But then they were like, "Oh, let's do this whole diva thing," and that's when it got out of hand.
Geekonius, can I ask a quick question? I'm sorry, I know this is slightly off topic. I'm just you're like, you monitor these things. I'm seeing a lot of Twitter traffic about Game of Thrones. Are they showing the old season or what?
Yeah, I think it's like a marathon or something. I have no clue. I think how geeks are sometimes. They just commenting on the show where they're watching it together or something. Instead of watching the Black Geeks, I mean, come on.
I mean,
this is more entertaining than the Mountain, and
Right. Hey, I do. Speaking of which, I wanted to first of all, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am.
Someone's low crawling onto the air.
Someone's crawling. Who's crawling onto the air?
They're low crawling, and they're kind of like showing up in their ghillie suit.
Oh shucks. Okay, I'm gonna watch out for. Hold on.
I think he.
Watch out for this cat right here. Whoa.
Stand by.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. He'll jump in a minute. But I want to acknowledge, first of all, I'm like so ecstatic that there are like people actually watching the live show. So like, thank you guys.
And talking smack in the chat too.
Yeah, yeah. Of course they're talking smack in the chat. It's called Twitter courage, dude. you talk smack in the chat, but it's all good. I want to give a shout out, Duke CT. I hope I'm not messing you up. You may pronounce it differently. Talking about that his dad had an Atari 2600. God, man, Atari.
Those were the days.
River Raid.
Listen, back in Pitfall.
Pinball.
Did anybody have Burger Time? I had
Oh,
Burger Time.
I had
Y'all know
Burger
what
Time.
it is.
I remember
Burger Time.
yeah,
what was
I
that?
played
What
Burger
was the
Time
war
more in the
game?
arcade though.
What was the war game that had the
Missile Command?
plane? No,
Missile
it had like
Command?
planes and it had tanks. It had, I can't remember the name of that game.
That,
Save my life.
that's so vague right
Planes and
there.
tanks. Yeah, that's a little bit vague, Geekonius.
I'm gonna look it up. I have the power of the Google. So
Well, you mean a line? You mean a line that used to go across the top of the screen that let you know that was a plane?
yeah.
That you used to drop the little square bomb. Are those?
Yeah. And then you had the tank where
Yeah.
you had one on top and you had one on the bottom, and you would try to aim, and then you the little thing go up.
Battle Zone? You talking about Battle Zone?
I don't remember. You know how old I was when the
Battlezone.
Atari was
Well,
out?
you know what's crazy? What y'all need to do is, and this is me doing some product placement, check us out on Twitter because I do that. I try to do that every day when I do my throwbacks of the day, and I do those video games, and I bring up older video games, music, movies, like I did mine. I told y'all I did the remember Streets of Rage. Y'all remember Streets of Rage? Now this was for the
Of course,
Sega.
I remember Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage, and they had that beginning joint with the crazy intro, and how they used to do everything like on a keyboard, like the old school keyboards. See, those were my favorites. I can't get into games these days like I do, like the MMOs and all that. Playing with other people, I can, but like just random games, I can't do it like I used to because those were actually fun. Like I play those now. Like me and my son, we just played Final Fight. We went through the whole arcade version of Final Fight. You know how you could download it on your PlayStation, or if you got a Xbox, I'm sure they got the whole vintage games where you can get some of the older games, both Nintendo games. Like we played Super Tecmo Bowl for like 3 hours, and
You only know one
joint
thing
was great.
about Super Tecmo Bowl, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Everyone
Bo
had
Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Everybody played with Bo Jackson, but it's Bo Jackson and Jerry Rice.
Oh
They all
my
do it. It's crazy. Just throw it up. You know how you better throw the 100-yard pass? Just drop all the way back, throw the 100-yard pass
Yep.
and Jerry Rice down the sideline. That's crazy. But that was fun. It was just fun though, you know.
Yeah,
I love my old school games. Man.
So
But
okay.
we got other comments in there too that's worth noting. Bison asked a question. He was wondering, he was giving us actually some information when Rob brought up the whole stamp thing. He said you can get the stamps on the post office website. He even got a Wilt Chamberlain set.
Wow.
Does it come with like all his conquests as well, stamps?
Watch it now. Watch it.
That'd be like what, 6 books of stamps right there.
We are never going to be able to get a non-age restricted show. I swear to God.
I don't know.
It's
You
never
must
going to
not-
happen.
You obviously don't watch the shows on YouTube because this is nothing compared to some of the comic review shows. They be cursing and all kinds of stuff.
I know Geekonius. Go ahead. Actually, you can go ahead. Do you read any other comments?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me see how I pronounce this. Elunic 22, ELNUNIQ, whatever.
Mhm.
He wanted to know if any of us into figure collecting.
Wait, don't say whatever. Don't say whatever.
I can't pronounce it. No, it might be French.
El Unique. We're gonna call him El Unique.
El Unique. Okay, that makes sense. That's probably what it is. The Unique 22.
I'll just say don't say whatever, because you
Okay,
say
my
whatever.
bad. My bad. Okay,
You know,
my
people
bad.
say
Whatever.
like
Geekonius, whatever.
What is it? What's your name?
Geekonius, whatever.
Geek own us. Whatever. You
All right,
understand?
fine.
All right, thank you.
All right. So he wanted to know if we into figure collecting. I would be if I wasn't so broke. I'll be perfectly honest. I saw this Galactus I wanted. There's all kinds of, like, every time we get into a con, I'd be looking at that glass window like, man, if I had about a good $5,000 to blow right now, I'd have bought like a lot of those figurines and stuff in there. Ideally, I want to get like a whole glass case with them too. So.
Yeah. No, I don't. My unending. I don't know, between my chocolate budget and my computer budget. No, I could never collect figurines.
Well, I don't collect figurines. Well,
you collect
I
different
would
kind of
collect them
figures.
myself.
You collect different kind of figures.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, originally, and you call me what you want. Originally, I started buying him actual comic book toys. I was buying them for him until he took the head off of one. Like, literally just took the head off of one, and I got so mad. So now All his toys, his, are in my room, and I have them, and I keep them nicely preserved, like, and to the point where I buy them, and I thought to myself, like, I had a cousin and a couple friends who never opened their toys, and they have even now all of the old stuff. And the amount of money that they was able to sell them for was insane because they still have them in packages. Then they had some that was like on the stands. You know how a lot of the toys come with that stand to give you the option to just set it up and not play with it, or just be a stupid little boy and take the head off. They have those options, but now I buy them and I try to keep them, even though every now and again you'll catch me awesome getting back to my youth. Just because the toys nowadays are insane. Like, they have too many joints, and I'm not a fan.
Brought this topic up personally, because now I'm feeling kind of depressed because I'm thinking about growing up an only child, all the stuff I had. I had the Voltron with the metal lions, and you put all the lions.
I had all the lions. I had all the lions.
I had Captain Grayskull and Skeletor's joint, skull mount, and I had all the He-Men. I had the Silverhawks. I had G.I. Joe. I had so many toys. And it was just like...
And then the testosterone kicked in, and all was out the door.
But when you think about it, you say to yourself, where did that stuff go to? I have no clue whatever happened to that stuff.
I know where mine went to. It was in a moment of hubris that I wish, if you can go back in time.
If I just had my Lion-O again.
No, because this will end up happening to me. I had my toys. I had them all in a box. And they used to be in my room. Geekonius, you've been to my house, so you've seen where my room is in the back and how I had those closets. That one closet had a box full of toys, right? I had some friends over. I'm not going to incriminate myself just in case my mom's watching. I had some friends over. Okay?
She might be watching too.
And so my closet was open, and they saw my toys. I'm in high school, son. I'm in high school. And they was like, you still play with these? And I was like, what? Nah, I just never threw them out. Yeah, I'll just give them to you. And then it was like, maybe you should give them away to charity. I was like, yeah, I'll do that next week. And I actually did that stuff just to impress someone. Oh. Stupid. Stupid, because even now I think back, I'm like, I had the Knight Rider, vintage Knight Rider joint with the red light actually came on and glowed. I had all of those. And I gave it away because I was trying to be a pimp.
Yeah, well, I can honestly say that up until about maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, all the aerial bots were at my mom's house. They were all still together on the dresser. Most of the other, now please understand, my mother got like a whole box of stuff, and she's like, "Oh, all that box, see that box over there? That box is yours. Make sure you take that with you." So please understand, it's not a museum to me at all. I mean, she definitely purged a lot of stuff and changed a lot of stuff, but that I know a lot of my stuff was there. I didn't take. There were a few things that I took with me. I actually took, oddly enough, I took all of my Legos to college. I don't know why, but I took all of them to college.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why?
Well, okay. I'll tell you why. Because they saved my butt so many times in junior high and high school. Like, if I was building like a science fair project or something, and I needed I remember one time I built a wind tunnel, but like I needed to build a platform for the model to fit in for the wind tunnel. I built it out of Legos and just built a little platform out of Legos and put it inside a tube. So I took them joints took them to college with me, and they actually came back. they actually are still hanging around. Actually, I actually haven't put my hands in them in maybe a couple of years, but maybe about 2 years. No, maybe a year.
Well, we're getting some comments about this subject too. I don't know why we never thought about this before, but Bison, Skin Bison, 1906, he brought up that he had several Black Panther statues, and L Unique 22, he said he's into the new Transformers, but they're expensive as all hell. And Duke CT, he was talking about how they grew up with a ton of toys and video games that's all gone. And L Unique said that mothers happen to toys. I think that's a good. Hey, Moth. Yay, hi, Moth.
That's so true.
Sith Moth. Remember how we had the Sith cricket? Now we got the
Sith Moth. Hey, I want to say to L Unique, I'm gonna tell you, I've looked at some of the new Transformer toys. I'm like really disappointed. I don't like the new stuff at all. I don't like the quality. I don't like the fact that the majority of it is plastic. I think back then we had like Optimus Prime was
Yeah,
die cast,
but see,
and
kids today though they're dangerous. They'll throw them and knock people upside the head.
yeah, but it's like I don't know. It's like even like I was really ticked off.
You can
I thought it was
you can
lazy and
blame the
sloppy.
moms of America.
The moms of America.
I
They
thought it
did.
was I thought it was lazy and sloppy that they made a one move. They made Grimlock transform with like one move. How lazy is that? You just do one thing and all of a sudden Grimlock. Yeah, he's this giant freaking thing and you got like come on now and he's got to do the thing that comes out on the back with the arms and the no.
Calm down. Not on air.
We're talking about robots. We're talking about robots.
I know.
I'm just saying.
But you remember, we actually have a video camera.
I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was looking at the YouTube screen on the chat. I was reading the chat, and I forgot.
And then your brain, I know, and
my bad.
we got to get control of ourselves.
I'm back, and I know it's past 11 o'clock. The guys, I know, we started a few minutes late, so I'm gonna go on just a little bit. I got one more question I want to ask, and because I'm wondering, was it just me? Because one of the things, I was a big time gamer, but back then it really was never about the keyboard, and it was really about the arcades back in the 80s, man. I mean, gosh, you knew where the good arcades were, you knew where the seedy arcades were. I mean, everybody, we've talked about it on the show, but I just remember like just the joy of going to an arcade and just playing. Like I can't begin to remember how many games that I beat. I think the one game that I beat that I was probably the most excited about was Tempest. Tempest was just one of the simple, most basic. It was like they had to be like an 8-bit, maybe even a 4-bit game. I don't know. It was just so simple, but it was so hard. And I remember beating Tempest, and I was so excited. My brother and I beat Double Dragon like 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Double Dragon used to drive me insane.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all remember Contra?
Oh, absolutely! I love Contra. All the different weapons in
Contra and Low G Man.
Geek test. When Contra came out for Nintendo, what's the code?
Up down, left right, A B. Start.
No!
Oh, up down, left right, A B.
I don't remember it right off the gate.
Oh, I'm missing one.
Down. Left, right, VA select start.
Select start. Oh, okay. In all fairness, I did not own a Nintendo. My brother did.
But the fact that you were that close goes to tell you.
I still remember the cheat code to get to Mike Tyson right out the gate when you're playing Mike Tyson Punch Out.
What?
Wow.
Remember Mike Tyson Punch Out? You have to go through the whole game.
I never knocked Tyson out.
I beat Mike Tyson. I did, but you could get to him without having to go through the whole game. 0073735963. You type that in there, and it goes straight to Mike Tyson. I still remember that like I remember my social.
Type that how? On Nintendo?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
On Nintendo.
Man, cheat codes were the thing, man. I mean, everything. My brother used to use cheat codes. Let me say.
Well, it was built in. Like you could put the code in. Nintendo had that. That game had a joint where in the beginning of the game it lets you put the code in.
Right.
But that was so rare to get to the Mike Tyson. Like you could put the code in and go to the first phase.
Remember the big black dude on the bike? He was kind of running. I still remember the guy with the rolls in his mouth.
Oh, when the real bike when he was running.
Oh yeah, yeah.
King Hippo,
Hit him in the belly button.
Oh my God.
Donnie Flamingo.
Yeah, Donnie Flamingo. That was the one with the rolls in his mouth. But yeah, the arcade, man. I remember when Street Fighter 2 first came out in the arcade.
Oh,
I think I must have been maybe I was in the 6th or 7th grade, maybe 8th grade. We had a pizzeria like behind the school, public schools in Jersey. It's kind of crazy. And we would go there for lunch for a slice, Oh my God! First of all, I don't know why I brought up a slice because I'm missing my pizza. But anyway, we go there and they had the Street Fighter 2 joint up there. And so, us little ghetto kids in Jersey, we played for money. I know our parents would kill us if they knew. You put a quarter up, so you put your quarter, or you put your 50 cent in the play, and then you put a quarter up on the thing, and he put a quarter up there, and the guy who wins, he would get both quarters. So ideally, if you were like really good, you could play all day for free and make some money at the same time. And I remember one of the first things I ever learned was the stupid sweep kick with a guile. It was like not the actual like razor kick, just a regular roundhouse kick that come out twice, and it was killing people. And then by the time I got close to the 9th grade, everybody became masters. You'd be in the arcade all Saturday. Ken, Ryu, it was just man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody, and I remember Street Fighter because that was everybody played Street Fighter at some point in time.
And then Mortal Kombat came out.
Everybody was good at Street Fighter at some point in time. And when Mortal Kombat first came out, you used to challenge, but Pat still played Street Fighter because I remember I used to not use Ken and Ryu on purpose because everybody else did. Everybody else used Ken and Ryu. I used to use Chun-Li. But I was a beast though.
She was beast.
I was a beast though. And then after a while, when the Street Fighter came out, when they added some of the different stuff to the Street Fighter, like
Balrog.
Not that, but the moves changed. Like remember, Ken and Ryu virtually was the same person, and then they changed a little bit. So Ryu's Shuriken was bigger, but Ken had the fire uppercut.
Fire uppercut.
Yeah, well, that's not what they said, but yeah. So, but yeah, so they were the same moves. They just had different animations and whatever. By that time, I started using Ken, but that was fun. I used to.
And they came out with Alpha, and they had Akuma. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell another story. I'm
still a beast now. We need to get on Twitch right now and stream.
Good. Look, I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna name names. What used to happen was me and my brother. we used to sneak our the Genesis to church and play it in the back room.
Wow.
And we used to be like, hey, we're going to the bathroom because we found the TV in the downstairs joint, and we like, hey, we're all going to go to the bathroom. And
you know what?
Because what ended up happening was all the kids
on Facebook and say, "Are you watching the show?"
All the kids, we only got caught because every kid that was under the age of 16 started disappearing before the service. They go find them in the downstairs. Man, what the heck y'all doing down here? Like, yo, we having a tournament, getting it in.
I am so snitching.
That was fun times.
I think the closest I ever came to that was back when Nintendo 64 was out. I was in high school, so people could start aging me, I guess, based off that. And I must have been a junior or a senior at this time. We would sneak in to a ROTC. We would play it like in the back room of ROTC, and we had WCW had a wrestling game out. If anybody remember that joint, and you play the wrestling game on Nintendo 64, and we'd be playing that like all afternoon, in between periods and everything. It was just insane. But church, that's a whole nother level. I think school is a little bit way more innocent than. Wow. Did you learn anything while you were in church? Other than how to beat Vega, Sagat, or Bison.
Look, it got so crazy. Like I said, it got crazy. Like they ended up deading it because we all kept just going down. But it's crazy. Well, I'm looking on the chat, and El Unique was saying, "Do you remember when you actually had to beat the game in one day before all the saves?" Listen, that was a point of contention in our household. You know, mom was like, "Oh, you wasting my power and all that stuff." The electric bill was crazy. I never got to beat the games in one day, son. I simply never turned it right off. My Nintendo was crazy hot all the time. I never turned it off. So
CT got the right game.
I'd be like, pause, roll out, come back, unpause. And it used to be, my Nintendo used to be on fire. On fire because I never turned it off until I beat the game. Because you couldn't save. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
I remember that.
They shouting out the games. Duke CT called out the game I was talking about, WCW NW World Tour. That was the joint. And then Bison pointing out GoldenEye. Remember when GoldenEye came out?
When GoldenEye came out, that was fire. That was one of the first ones where you got the headshots. Pop. I was like,
the first got him. Like they set the standard, yo.
Yeah, they did actually. Before Halo, before all that, GoldenEye. I remember that.
Remember running around with that rifle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my.
all day, all day. I bet you that joint still hold up. I bet you it
But,
still hold up.
but
I
see,
mean,
that's
it's kind
crazy.
of hard. It's kind of hard with like the Halos and the Battlefields and the Call of Duties in the world now, but
Well,
still.
it would be hard now. It would be hard now because of the graphics and all that. Unless they took, and even if they did, if they went, the Hollywood route and just tried to remake some of the video games, I don't think it'd have had the same appeal. I just don't believe with all the stuff that they got out now, it wouldn't have the same appeal. It seems more basic, but it was a whole lot more fun. Like literally, we was talking about, me and my brother was talking about Mario Brothers. We played Mario Brothers millions of times, even though all of us beat it. So we either A, would try to beat it in a record time, or B, try to beat it without skipping boards, because you could go through all the secret passages and all that stuff. And we could spend days playing those games because they were fun. Even though you could
All
beat
right,
them,
all right.
like
So
I said,
Bison brought up Turok. Turok was hot too. Turok 64, especially when they had the I called the crossbow of death, or the where you had the exploding arrows. But now that we ain't gotten a gaming discussion, since we done brought it up, I'm a big RPG guy myself. I'm really big into RPGs. I even get into MMOs, but my problem with MMOs is I burn out after like several months for whatever reason. What was your all-time? I'm gonna have to do a time period because it's kind of hard to do that with all the great games out today. But in the '90s, what was the RPG game that
was the
to
Zelda
this day?
count? I'd say Zelda. It was the first. It was the
um,
first one like it.
do we
Zelda.
count? Do we count Zelda as an RPG, Rob? What you think?
I do.
I mean, it is, but I was looking for
Um,
Zelda.
no,
something
I don't think
different
I
when I
can
think
count
about
Zelda as an
RPGs.
RPG. I
It's
I
don't.
more of an
would.
adventure game. It's more of an adventure game.
Really?
It's not like I guess the difference, like
No.
Zelda's in the same thing with like Castlevania. Like there's a overall like agenda. You collect stuff, but there is no like story. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know.
But
It's not
wouldn't
up there with like Final Fantasy. Is what I'm saying.
well, okay. The if I had to, first of all, I've always been an FPS guy. I've always been a first-person shooter guy. That's what I've always played. I played a couple of platformers back in. I didn't own a console. I always had a PC or I played arcade games. So, but if I had to pick like the RPG, especially from the '90s, I think Diablo kind of just really
Yeah.
set that was like the game in the '90s. If I had to pick one, I know Diablo. I think I played Diablo. I didn't play it like religiously, but I'm sure I dabbled in it, and I think that's when I decided I'm done with this, and I stopped playing RPGs for a
Well, see,
very long
yeah, I
Until
like Zelda,
Skyrim
but
came
like,
out, and then until you took an arrow to the knee.
time. Wait a minute,
but see,
Skyrim
my
is
thing had
technically a
always,
first-person shooter. Skyrim's a first-person
Skyrim is
shooter.
not a first-person shooter.
technically,
No, it is not.
mm,
The Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls are RPGs.
Skyrim's a first-person shooter. I look
Mm-mm.
at first person and I'm shooting. It's first
You're in
person shooter.
first-person perspective, but it's an RPG.
Okay.
Yes.
well, that's why I
Elder,
thought.
Elder,
Well, then if you use that
Elder,
logic, then Zelda is an RPG.
Huh.
it's a.
Well,
Hold on.
look,
Let's
look,
look
look,
at.
look, look,
I
look.
mean,
I
for
tell you
me,
what.
Well, anyway,
for
normally,
me,
normally, normally, an RPG is something that's like there's this super large story with multiple facets, multiple components. You have a lot of control in the outcome of the game because it's more of an immersive story. An adventure game is usually linear, and there isn't much you can do to not like change the story. Like you're going to go through the stages, you're going to do certain fixed things. A first person shooter is the same thing. It's linear. You go, you shoot a bunch of stuff up, but you don't affect the story. You have like a campaign mode, multiplayer mode. That's normally how first person shooters are classified. Now, all
Mhm.
of those things can have components of the other, but traditionally, an RPG is definitely immersive, massive story, It can be as It could be as something like it could be like Myst, or it could be something like Elder Scrolls. Because that's where the whole idea of MMOs come from too. Is like this idea of you just taking the story online and multiple people are getting immersed in the same story. So like for me, like I was gonna say, like in the 90s, for me it was Chrono Trigger. It was just like that was the when Square started making all those games, it was just like, yo, Chrono Trigger was the one that stood out because again, it was like one of the first games I remember playing where my choices could lead to multiple endings. And that's when I got into RPGs. I said, wow, so you mean to tell me I can affect the story? But you know, some people like you said, Rob, you say first person shooter. I'm talking about Duke Nukem now. You know, I never got into that whole Duke Nukem scene.
I played them all. I played Rise of the Triad. I played Wolfenstein. I played Doom 1, Doom 2, Unreal Tournament 1, 2, and 3, Black. I mean, I played them. I played not all, but I played like so many.
I like Doom.
Doom was great. Duke Nukem was hilarious. Duke Nukem was so. It was just funny because he said some crazy stuff, but the gunplay was great.
Did you get to play the new one?
What
that came out?
I didn't. I saw it. I didn't care for it. I think I played the demo and I was like,
What about Alone in the Dark? That was one of my other favorites.
Yo, I remember that Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
That was hot.
But
what about when the first Resident Evil came out?
I didn't really get too much into Resident Evil.
I
played all of them, but it was never a big thing. Like I only played it because friends had it.
I couldn't
like
play.
I said, for me, it was mostly fighting games and sports games. Like I got into almost all the fighting games. I used to love all the sports games back in the day. Like I mentioned, Tecmo Bowl. I used to love NBA Jam, the first one when it first came out. NBA Jam.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, those were the games I was always into.
Big head
in the fighting games. Like games like Final Fantasy and Resident Evil, I played them. It never captured me like that.
I never got into Final Fantasy because I never did like the games where, you know, you're walking and then you just stop and like, oh, we gotta do this fight, and you push a button and you do something and it comes back. You know, turn-based. I always like the games like modern equivalent like Skyrim today, the modern equivalent, where you're in the story and every time you hit, you see the enemy down the street. You know, you're not just like walking on the map and then all of a sudden you got to fight. That's what I never liked about Final Fantasy.
I used to hate that. Like, okay, hit him with the Heart of Darkness. Okay, you hit him with one Heart of Darkness. Okay, he's going to come back with his final spiral down. Oh my God, he hit me with a spiral down. Put your defense up. Click on the defense. Oh God, I run out of Heart of Darkness. I think we're going to die. You need another health potion. He's going to come back with a trigger bite. He's coming back with a trigger bite. Oh my God. I used to be sitting there looking at these dudes like, and we was friends?
Yo, Geek Soul Brother went there. He brought up TurboGrafx 16.
Whoa! I had a neighbor. My neighbor had a TurboGrafx machine. Oh my!
I had one. I only game I ever had though I think was Bonk.
Yo, Bison, yes, we on the same page.
Oh, Bison brought up Fight Night and Knockout Kings.
Fight Night, Knockout. When the first Knockout Kings came out, that was my stuff. I used to love it. You know, remember you used to hit somebody and their whole life used to come out and they hold back. And they just go down. That was my favorite. I was like, yo, that was so realistic. I was like, yo, that was my joint. I think that's probably the last video game on PlayStation that I played even recently. And it's not as good as the earlier ones, but I used to love Knockout Kings. It was, like I said, it was one of those games, especially like in college in the Marine Corps, that we used to play like with the coat following, like, oh, you got that Knockout Kings? And we used to all just sit around and play that joint for hours and see man.
I got the latest.
Literally.
I got the last version they made. I think it was 2K12 or whatever. They had gotten really advanced. Well, they stopped making them.
Yeah, it was Knockout Kings, and then it switched to Fight Night. I don't know what the last Fight Night was.
I think the last Fight Night was
basically the same game.
Like 13, but I got it. I still got it for Xbox 360.
It was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The UFC has kind of picked up the torch though.
The UFC was good. It was good.
I'm talking about the one that just came out.
Oh, I didn't play
in
that.
2014. I got it. Matter of fact, it just came out in the Game Locker a few weeks ago, like last month for EA. The EA Access subscription where you pay like $30 a year, and you get to play whatever games they got in the locker, for free. And so it came out in the locker. So you got that, Battlefield, Madden. You get to play all those games for the whole year. You just pay $30 a year. So
Well, that's
I
pretty
signed up. I signed up for EA Access to try it out. So I got the UFC joint, and I already had Battlefield, but I sold my Battlefield at GameStop, and I got about $30 for it, which practically paid for my my annual subscription. So,
I want
yeah,
to
the UFC was hot.
also Bison mentioned the Tom Clancy series. I'm a big fan of the Tom Clancy series.
And Splinter Cell was a good
Oh
game.
man, Splinter Cells, and I didn't.
Ghost Recon.
Blacklist was an absolutely incredible game. I've played that co-op. I've played it single. I've finished the story twice now, and I go back every once in a while. And I love it because it's great. Something you just want to play real quick. You can get a quick game started, and you can decide do you want to go through full stealth, go through full assault, and it's a really really great game. The AI is actually not. It's good. It's not the best I've seen, but it's actually fairly adaptive in the AI, especially when you're playing out in some of those open, when you play like the big embassy levels. It's pretty good. But yeah, the Tom Clancy series has also been really good. I agree. Bison threw that out there.
Yeah,
Well,
I can't believe we just riffed on. We basically went through like at least 2 decades of gaming.
oh yeah.
We've got into the early 2000s, but I'm gonna stop there because I know if I do that, we going right to the modern age. And I'm telling you right now, it's some games right now in the current gen that are so over the top, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even seen anything. This is gonna be the big year for the next generation games. But
Yeah.
last year, oh my God, we got some bangers like
Mhm.
Dragon Age Inquisition was huge.
Titanfall.
Um,
Titanfall. Dropping
Ti-
Titans on you. Dropping Titans on you. No, I'm just kidding.
Titanfall came out in 13, not
Did it?
14.
I thought it came out early 14.
Yeah, it came out 13.
What up? Really? I could have sworn it came. Have I
Unless
been
unless
that
unless
long?
I'm the one going to see now.
I'm almost certain the Titanfall came out early 14, my friend.
Hold on. The
Go ahead.
beauty of technology
Check
is
the
that we
Google.
have Google.
Check the Google, because I'm
Check
almost
the
sure.
Google.
Early this year.
I'm almost certain it came out in early 14.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Thank
It
you.
came out
Thank you.
March. It came out March 11,
Yeah, because
2014.
remember it came
what I
out
thought.
March.
That's right, because this is the same year that
Yes.
Destiny
Yeah,
came
because it
out.
came
Yeah,
out. It came
Battlefield
out.
came out this year.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
Battlefield came out the end
so I
of
remember.
2013.
Yeah, when did Titanfall come out? What day?
March.
Mo-
Yeah, because you know what? That's right. It came out March because Elder Scrolls Online came out later that month.
Yeah,
And I
because
was
it
like,
came
and I was
out.
like, I got me like a good 2 weeks of Titanfall in
Yes, that's right. You
before
sure
I got
did.
caught up at Elder Scrolls for like
Yeah,
seven.
because that joint came out was I think like on the 16th or the 17th, and then like on the 23rd. No, we'll say the 20th. Rob was already level 50, moving on to his next levels.
Yes, I was.
Dude, I was level 50 at like day 3.
Yeah, like day 3, day 4. It was
It's
like
a good
I'm
thing.
already
It's a
level 50,
good
moving
thing
on to
he
my next
don't
joint.
have a console.
What?
Yeah, it is. It's a very
Because
good.
if he had a console, oh
Hmm.
my God, I could see him on Destiny.
Oh my gosh,
on
Little
his
Big Planet.
Little Big Planet.
Crickets? Crickets?
How
Little Big
old are
Planet?
we?
Okay. So I have a thing for grappling hooks too. I love grappling hooks. I played Little Big Planet at Best Buy, and I was like, oh, grappling hook. Oh, cool, grappling hook. Sorry, I like grappling hooks. I like grappling
Oh
hooks.
well, just for the masses to know, because we talked about doing this, and I know we.
Hey, they asking for
Hold on, let me.
gamer tags
I was about to do that. I was about to
on
do that.
YouTube.
Let me stop. Hey, swiper, no swiping. Listen.
Are you watching the chat room on
Yeah,
on
actually,
YouTube?
I am. That's why I was about to do it. See what you just did was you just killed the show flow. So stop it. What I was about to say was a lot of people wonder what our tags are because we also talked about doing the same thing on Steam and on Twitch and getting our presence known. I
TBG.
tend to use the same name on everything. You'll see Phayce. on my MMOs, on my PS3, my soon-to-be PS4 and Xbox, it would be Phayce. Whether it's Phayce or King Phayce, it's one of the two. I'm always keeping the same name. That way, I'm worldwide. So I was assuming, I was assuming that's what y'all should do.
That's what I do, but
I know Geekonius talked about it. I don't know if you're Geekonius on Xbox.
I just checked mine on Xbox. Mine has an O in it. I think that was probably because back when I first came up with Darth Geekonius, I had an O before the U, and that somehow is on my Xbox Live. But I'm actually going to change that so it can be simpler. I mean, hopefully they don't charge me $1 million just to
Geekonius,
whatever. Yeah, but I want it to be uniform.
Yeah, some same thing on Steam.
Yeah,
and I want to set up my Twitch. I haven't set up my Twitch yet. I watch it, but I don't have my own account yet.
On Steam, we actually have a Black Geeks group on Steam. We roll under the hashtag TBG. Obviously, I've been on Steam for 10 years? I've been on Steam forever. I've got 138 games. No, yeah, I have 100. I think I'm up to 138. I just grabbed Beyond Earth, Sid Meier's Beyond Earth.
So you actually bought it?
Yeah, I played the demo. This was the free weekend on Steam for Beyond Earth.
I played it too. But
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm fairly far. I'm probably about 250 turns in, and so I'm fairly into it, and I'm not impressed. I mean, having logged over like 1,200 hours on the regular Civ 5, I'm not too impressed. It took a.
You still bought it?
It's confusing. Well, well, first of all, I know that
that's a fiction, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's true. It is. Yeah, I don't shy away from my gaming edition. I know I have a problem. I know I have a problem, and I definitely have a Steam sale problem. But yes, it was on sale. That's the reason I got it. It was on sale, 40% off. But no, I did play it, and I felt that it kept my attention long enough that I was enjoying it. But I must say that it definitely is not nearly as fun as Civ 5. But I'm just gonna put it like that. But I did get it. My handle on Steam is my same handle. Obviously, way before I ever was Big Baba Rob, I was Zapmaster. So I've carried that. I've been gaming with that tag literally probably about 20 years now. When I used to play, I used to play 20 years ago. I used to play online. I used to play Tribes when I lived in Florida. And I used to play Tribes, and I was they called me a farmer. I was the guy who put down all the sensors and put down all the turrets to protect the base. And I used to stay near home and defend the flag. That was.
I can't do the real-time strategy. I never could do the real-time strategy.
What real-time? You what? Try? What? Which RTS?
Real-time strategy. You know, like when you stuff is happening as you're doing
StarCraft?
it.
Like StarCraft? Yeah, I played StarCraft.
Yeah, games like that where you're like,
yeah.
I do turn-based. I prefer turn-based. I need time to think it through.
I love StarCraft. I did finish StarCraft. I played Warhammer when that was RTS before it went to whatever the new one is, where you just had this small elite group. I really didn't like that. I was really disappointed. I was hoping for another heavy-duty Warhammer. But yeah, I enjoyed the fast pace and setting up and defenses and oh god, siege tanks. Oh, siege tanks in StarCraft were just everything. You drop a couple siege tanks, black blah 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 blah, just tearing up stuff. I love RTS. So I mean, anyway, all right. So it's 11:30. I think we probably need to put a cap on this thing. We're at our another 90-minute show. So.
Oh my God! There's a website that basically that will show all my Steam information. Wow.
Yeah,
I got 52. I got 52 games. Wow. Just Google Darth Geekonius on Steam and you get all my dirt.
Yeah.
Where I live, my real name, which is Sith Lord, by the way. But it also shows like literally like what my former account names used to be.
Oh, that's
So,
scary.
yeah. So
I need to go. You gonna have to. You
yeah,
gonna have
you
to hit.
might.
Yeah, you got to hit me with that. I'm gonna look that up.
You might need to look.
I
The
need to look
internet
it
could
up.
be a piece of work sometimes.
Well, we know that. When I found out that there was actually a place that saves old web pages, like it's stuff that I created way back in the '90s, and I could go like,
Yeah, it's called the NSA.
yeah, yeah, we know. You know what? Can we? I'd love to get to a show without mentioning them, please. I really would. I'm just saying.
That's kind of
Okay.
difficult.
I know it is. All right, so let's put a cap on this show. Man, what a really, really great, awesome show. Thank you guys so much. We really miss the other geeks. I'm sure
Well,
we'll
for
talk.
lack of trying, they were trying to
Yeah,
get
it
on.
definitely
Well,
was when I could try it. They really, I want you to know, the other geeks tried really hard to join us, and we're going to work out all our technical stuff, and we'll definitely be in full force for you guys next week. So make sure that you check us out on the Black Geeks, www.theblackgeeks.com. The great thing about www.theblackgeeks.com is, one, the shows are listed on the right side of the website. So you can not only listen to this show, but you can check out our previous YouTube shows as well as our previous blog talk shows, which they're really, really great shows as well. The Geek Gift Giving show, that was a great show. There's so many. This is our
Hunger
120th
Games.
episode. Oh God, the Hunger Games show. That was an epic, epic show. But there's so many great shows on Blog Talk. If you want to go back and listen to those, you can check those out. But you can, and then there are articles. Every once in a while, we'll write an article. There's a lot of news that we post. The Sith news is also through www.theblackgeeks.com. So make sure that you check that out. We're trying to get to that 2 million on Facebook. Yay! Woo! But let's get to 400 first.
Let's get. I'd rather have 2 million here on YouTube.
YouTube. You're right. Obviously, Darth Geekonius, and I think that
Then we could buy those Comic-Con tickets and then start doing it big.
I just want.
I tell you what. Get us to like 1,000 subscribers. I might actually start wearing my Sith robes.
Oh snap! There we go. Oh wait a minute. But you are going to be dry clean first, right? Because I washed my shirt.
Yeah,
you in that robe. I'm just saying. You in that robe. You got to wash that joint.
Some people.
Dude, I'm just saying you need to wash that joint. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Oh, I just real quick. I had some quick news that just came about nowhere. Supergirl might be starting in the fall.
Oh, really? On CW or Fox?
CBS.
No. What? Whoa. What?
Wow.
CBS. Wait. Hold on. Let me show this to everyone real quick. There you go, guys. Look at that. He broke out the squad. Jeez. Don't make me go. Don't make me go.
He got his toys.
Look at that.
Yeah,
See
that's
that?
it.
All right, that's him.
Oh.
Yeah. That's King.
I got a couple in the back now.
Look, let's not start this.
It's not nothing big.
Let's not start this.
I have Moloch Ball from Elder Scrolls. I have, as you
Tony?
can see, the Halo helmet.
We're not gonna start this.
I got a Hulk Hogan figure, bobblehead in that
Man,
box.
y'all
The
don't
Xbox
want to start
One,
this.
2K15.
I will dip into the stash.
See, no, seriously, let's not start this because if we
Well,
start
Geek's
this,
old brother said he gonna hook me up.
yeah,
He said he was gonna send me some stuff. So this dude broke out the Ninja Turtle.
Go. Got the last of my Ninja Turtle.
I'm gonna go on eBay and rebuy all my old toys. Literally, Lion, the whole Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, the whole shebang. I think that's the only way I'm gonna feel complete. I gotta go rebuy all my toys.
look, I ain't pulling out nothing. I've had a rough week. I am going to log
Get
in
my
and I am
Starscream.
going to shoot something. So no, I'm good. But yeah, no, my stuff's up and it's safe where it is. I'm good. I'm not messing with it. Okay,
Until
so
next week.
until next week. right. Next week is gonna be a toy off. We're gonna go with the cameras. We're gonna cameras. It's like you got figurines lined up everywhere.
Y'all gonna mess around. I'm gonna mess around and charge like $900 on a damn Galactus, just so I can win the game and bring this big ass statues in. Like, how much you pay for that? Oh, $1,000.
No,
I ain't paying the mortgage this month though.
I've had it. What, this old thing still in the box? This old thing. no. Let's not get into that because it could get crazy.
No chewed fingers and feet either.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so as I was saying, make sure that you check us out on Facebook. Definitely. You're right. I gotta add it to my repertoire now. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I've been watching YouTube for years now, and I'm always like, I love Mr. Guitar Man, and always subscribe to the link below in the site. It's over. Let's see, where is it gonna be?
Subscribe to us.
It's over there. It's over there. Yeah, but we have to continue to bring you guys content. You guys subscribe, and we see those numbers going up. We'll feel pressured to bring you more
King Phayce
quality.
might do another Magic Mike.
No.
I hope not. But he might. He might do something strange for a little bit of change.
Listen, let's not hate on my sexy. All right. Like
God.
I said, the first one was free because
I got a feeling Justin Timberlake was not talking about that when he said bring sexy back.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but he brings it. And lastly, don't forget to check us out on Twitter. We're on the Black Geeks on Twitter. You also follow Darth Geekonius. He's always posting news.
Darth Geekonius.
Yes, at Darth Geekonius, and he also publishes a Sith news, but never ever gives me any credit for all the articles that I send him throughout the week.
That is not true.
But I'm not salty.
That is not true.
I never get one shout out from the
that
Sith
is
paper LI
so not
article
true.
by Big Baba Rob. Never.
Every time.
Multiple articles, sometimes in a day. Do I ever get any credit for any of that?
Oh my God. Lies.
No
We're
credit.
telling lies.
But I ain't mad.
Look, I'm just happy
I'm
I
not
passed a milestone this week. I just crossed 1,200 followers. Woohoo!
Oh, congratulations. Yo, wait, let me see.
People apparently are addicted to the news like I am, because that's about all I do on my Twitter feed is share articles.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Hold on, let me give you that. There you go. Oh, there you go. All right, Darth Geekonius. Yay. Fast. Good job, buddy. Good job. You go, dude. You go. You do your Darth thing, man. Jeez.
Well,
Yeah, I know. You can only be so Darthy. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
That
Sithy.
is. I know. I just didn't feel like saying Sithy. I usually save that for when, like, oh, hello, Sithy. Yeah, no, but you being Darthy. Yes, you being Sithy too. All right. I'm done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please join us back here next week for more geeks and for a lot more conversation, more geekiness. And as always, you can send us stuff if there are things that you want us to talk about. Because I'm gonna tell you, these brothers on this show are so very deep. I'm gonna tell you, we can talk anime, we can talk comics, we can talk tech, consumer products, movies, television, obviously games, computer. I mean, we've done computer help sessions. I mean, we've done. Yeah, we had this guy. We had one geek man. His computer actually blew up, caught smoke and everything. I mean, that was crazy. Actually, I think that's on our YouTube page. Matter of fact, that segment of the show, but. You can always just shoot us something either on Twitter or info@theblackgeeks, and let us know what content you guys want us to cover, and we'll put it into the queue if it's family friendly and it's definitely within our review.
Family friendly is kind of like the limit. You can't really say until you do it.
Yeah, that's true, but there's some things I can never
try it.
You're right. You're right. Just send us something, and we will definitely try to talk about it, and we'll get it in queue. And we're talking to some people. We're gonna hopefully have some interviews as well coming up, and we're working on it. So anyway, I am Big Baba Rob. I'm your host. That dude over there is Darth Geekonius. That dude over there is King Phayce, and we are part of the Black Geeks, and we will definitely see you guys 10 o'clock. Not 10:05. We'll try to hit 10 o'clock dead on next week.
Yeah, we're going to be on at 9:59 next week.
We're gonna be on it next week. We're going to start this show. We appreciate you guys. Everyone who's in the chat, man, you guys really helped make this a great show. You all are part of this show. Thanks to everyone who was in the chat today. Everybody who followed on Twitter. Appreciate it. Love you guys. And we will see you all next week.